Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think that since Russia said, you know what, we're going to implement the four issues that we have with you guys regarding Ukraine, since you don't want to talk to us, things hit the fan, the shit hit the fan, which is a lot of areas seem to have exploded on this planet or are about to explode between different players, but I think with the same owners of the little game. So is Azerbaijan and Armenia's turn right now after the Israel issue. It seems like Azerbaijan and Armenia, or let's put it differently, Armenia will have a little splendid quote-unquote war. I'm using that because if you remember Teddy Roosevelt, I think he used it for little Spanish-American war, and that's what he called him. I called that a little splendid war won by USA. With that little explosion, wasn't it in the Havana Harbor, Cuba, and all that? Anyway, but we are the solid ones. So what's going on? Azerbaijan's president says France will be to blame if a new conflict starts with Armenia. I think that's a wrong word. If, I think it should be changed into when. So Reuters, Azerbaijan's president says France will be to blame if new conflict starts with Armenia. Will start. Just hold your horses, unfortunately, because these guys, it seems like it's a tectonic shifts, planetary tectonic political shifts occur right now due to Ukraine. I think was just a trigger. That's what it is, and you're gonna see more than that. You're gonna see in probably in Far East with Taiwan and China, probably with the woodchuck Kim Jong-un of North Korea. You see in Africa, you will see in South America, because those guys will refuse to follow orders from Al Capone, and they will do something about it. Brazil is the leader in doing that. Not that Brazil followed orders, but at least was aligned with these guys' foreign policy to a certain extent. Now you see in the Middle East what the hell is going on over there. You are going to see in the Balkans with Serbia's issue again, that these guys will get at it. It's a, how do you call it? It's the enrollment time. So countries in between are going to get enrolled or apply for membership in this club or that club. And mainly right now is not to this club, is only to the new forming club. The other club is not getting any other members, and that is Al Capone's plantation. Al Capone's plantation does not increase the number in number. On the contrary, it's going to lose. But the other club is a time when it's open enrollment, and they come and grows and grows. So the same thing will be with Armenia. I think the French stuck their little balls, yes, in Armenia, arming Armenia. Well, I covered this on a few videos already. I'm not going to go into the geographical position, bad position and good position of Armenia if Georgia cooperates. That means if Georgia joins Al Capone, then yes, Russia might have a little problem, because they will be taken care of by not only Russia, Turkey as well, Azerbaijan, Iran. They're all surrounded by evil countries. So only the Black Sea cannot do it for the Americans. But we'll see if they think that that's going to be where they land with their airplanes, and are going to come with their ships through the Black Sea, through Georgia into Armenia to help the Armenians against the Russians. Second front open. I think there's going to be a failure. But that could distract the Russians as well. Opening a second front is always something that you don't want, unless you're prepared and you have the capability to them up. So let's read a little bit this article. So Azerbaijan's president scolded the European Union and warned that France's decision to send military aid to Armenia could trigger a new conflict in the South Caucasus after a lightning Azerbaijani military operation last month with Israel's weapons. Just Google it. Two Googles, click, clock, and you're going to find out that Israel provided Azerbaijan with weapons, and supposedly that's why they were so able to destroy and to take over Nagorno-Karabakh. Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev last week pulled out of the EU brokered meeting with Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, at which Brussels said it was standing by Armenia. Turkey pulled out of the plus Azerbaijan out of a whistle meeting in Granada, Spain, that occurred a few days ago. For the same reason. What the hell are you talking about? Since when Europe is so interested now in Armenia? Since Russia is at war with Al Capone and its minions. But Aliyev criticized the EU's approach and particularly France's position when European Council Charles Michel, he has a very interesting face. I couldn't put the face to the origin yet, but anyway, telephoned him according to an Azerbaijani statement issued late on Saturday. President Aliyev said that due to the well-known position of France, Azerbaijan did not participate in the meeting in Granada. The Azerbaijani president official said, and I'm quoting, the head of state emphasized that the provision of weapons by France to Armenia was an approach that was not serving peace, but one intended to inflate a new conflict, obviously, and if any new conflict occurs in the region, France would be responsible for causing it. And what will be the consequences? I would like to know. What are going to be the consequences, Aliyev? What are even the consequences? I mean, how do you teach someone a lesson? Just by beep, but that's a way if the other person is listening to you and opens his cognitive abilities. But if the other person doesn't give a fuck and has its own interest, blah, 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 is not going to work. A little smack will work, or something that you can make that person feel uncomfortable, to use a euphemism, I want to say hurt, to feel uncomfortable. And if you do this often enough, the imbecile will get the hint, the body, and being uncomfortable, get the hint and say, hey, don't do that, that's you're gonna that's how you teach, right? Repetition, consistency. So nevertheless, what is he gonna do? I think he's gonna say, well, we got Russia here and Russia is gonna smack you. How? They didn't smack them through Ukraine. But hey, maybe you don't have to go to that kind of smackdown. There's many other ways to take care of countries, like African countries show. Those guys that are organizing all those coups and want the French ping out. That's one way. And leave them without uranium resources, which is not going to happen. They say the French military is pulling out of Niger. I don't think so. If it's pulling out, something else is pulling in. Or I'm waiting for a little something. They can't just lose that milking cow. They can't. Without that, they have to pay more. The French people will have a worse standard of living. I don't think that's something that Macron is really concerned about, since he makes them work, 2 more years extra now. He decided with a stroke of a pen, the so-called pension reform from 62 to 64. You, my French people, did not like, French nation. You French nation did not like that. 80%, according to polls, 80% were against that reform. Nevertheless, your guy, the president, Louis XVI, or the 17th now, the little guy over there, he decided that, you know what, you 80%. All legal in a democratic system made in France. But we have our garbage here and in Canada as well. So this rotten system of so-called democracy in the Western countries and not only needs a lot of freaking tweaking. A lot of it is like you put it here, put it aside, and then you start building it again. You can, I think, tweak it. The connections are so strongly formed that we are out. That's them and us. That's clear. And who they are, the guys in charge of us. They're not our politicians. The politicians are the ones that supposedly fight for us, and the media supposedly, again, is on our side. Yeah. Okay, that's why they get elected, and we participate in their elections. My friends, everything needs to be scraped. And again, is this good? Yes. Okay, we implement it as a democratic principle. Is this good? No. Put it aside. Is the campaign donations a good thing? No. Out. Is this good? Yeah, it could be good to a certain extent, but we have to discuss it. Details. The devil is in the details, remember? So the same, you have to start over. With the same thing with the mass media. How come you have a big business owning the mass media? Do you think they will be objective? Are you kidding me? Are you crazy? They make money if you consume, if you buy the product. Do you think they will be objective? And if yes, why? Are they not humans? The ones behind all those interests are not human beings? I mean, please. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When the war starts in Azerbaijan, in Armenia, we're going to find out that what? These guys are going to give Armenia however they would be able. I don't know how exactly. I'm waiting for Georgia. I'm waiting for mass protests in Georgia this month. And I think so. This month, in the next 30 days, I'm waiting for something like this happening in Georgia, big time. And we'll see how that's going to end up. Russia will not allow Georgia to join Al Capone. Thank you very much for it. Unfortunately, it's about I allow you, I don't allow you. It's always going to be in a world where we have strength and quality and power and weakness and all that. We can't get rid of that. We can be equitable. And you don't want to be equitable. You don't want to, not you. People who are for equity. They want to be equity only looking up. They never want to be equitable looking down because they think they are the victims. But they forget there's some others that are more of a victim than they are. So they could be the guys that these guys want to grab and pull down. Like they want the other guys to drag them and pull down. Well, all we can do is just hope that we have a just system and we have to start over. So yeah, equity, really, I don't like taking from some and giving to others. And to make it equitable if they don't deserve by direct effort and quality and value. No, that's unjust. I'm for justice, not for equity. Equity is justice. No, it's not. If you take the principle of dragging someone in order to equalize them, that's no job. Unless that person commit a crime. No crime, you're not the one who tell them how much money they should have. They're in control of us. They are, but we can fix that one. Can we? At least we should try. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.